The district attorney told us last week that Henry Ruggs could face up to 46 years in prison if he's convicted. He's now telling us that that penalty has increased to over 50 years in prison after he filed additional charges against the former football player. New charges against former Raiders player Henry Ruggs means the possibility for harsher punishment. He was arrested last week after police say he caused a crash, killing 23-year-old Tina Tinter. Just seconds before his Corvette slammed into the back of her Toyota, Ruggs was going 156 miles per hour. 2 hours later, his blood alcohol level came back at .161.
We did file additional charges. Mr. Ruggs is looking at 2 counts of felony DUI, one involving the death, one involving the substantial bodily injury of his passenger, and then 2 additional counts of reckless driving and a misdemeanor.
That misdemeanor coming from Ruggs having a gun in his car while under the influence. Clark County District Attorney Steve Wolfson says each felony DUI carries up to 20 years, while each felony charge of reckless driving carries up to 6, forcing the former football player to look at up to 52 years in prison, a 6-year jump from the 46 he initially faced. The minimum punishment for his felonies would be 6 years.
It doesn't mean Mr. Ruggs is going to be found guilty. It doesn't mean that he is going to prison. Those are ranges of punishment.
Right now, Ruggs is home on a $150,000 bail, many wondering how he could be released after he's accused of causing a fatal crash. He did have to turn over his passport and has to take 4 alcohol tests a day to ensure he's not drinking. But Wolfson says it ultimately comes down to the judge.
What's important to us is whether the person is a flight risk or danger to the community. Mr. Ruggs is facing significant prison time. So we're always concerned when a person is facing prison time, whether they're going to show up, whether they're going to appear in court, things like that.
The DA tells me a lot of people have been reaching out to him asking why they can't file charges against Ruggs in the death of Tina's dog, who was in the car with her at the time of that crash. He says under the way Nevada's laws are written, that's just not possible, and there's no way to prove that Ruggs knew there was a dog in Tina's car during that time. Reporting live, Sophia Pericone, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.